Hey everybody, Omar here, your Edge of South Africa guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you. And today I wanted to do a video on a couple of on a knife that I had modded. This is my Umnumzaan mod jobs. They're kind of I don't know if it's a dying art or whatever. In fact, there's not very many people out there that do it. Excuse me. So when you get what's called a mod job, that's when you take your knife, your original knife, and you get it sort of like give it a makeover. Okay. Now the guys that did my Umnumzaan here, as you guys know, the Umnumzaan originally comes in stonewash, sort of a sandy, regular sandblasted finish, and I did it to my Chris Reeve knife. This is the second mod job I have done on this knife. And with Chris Reeve knives, as soon as you alter the knife in any way, what happens is that you void the warranty. You can no longer take it back to Chris Reeve to get it, refinished or get it, worked on. You voided that whole situation, so now that's now gone. But I didn't care. I just got tired of that sandblasted finish, and I wanted a different look. So the guys that did this, they're called Knife Modders. You can check them out on Instagram. They do a really fantastic job. I got black screws, bronze Cerakoted finish, and they blackened the pocket clip, and then they blackened the over travel stop. It really looks spectacular. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's sort of this like sandy, sort of like almost like a sandy type crystallized finish. I mean, if it were sunny out today, you'd be able to see like the you could see like lighter colors of bronze in the knife, but unfortunately you can't see that in this light because it's kind of cloudy today. But these guys did a really great job. Now the thing is, knife modding, it's sort of, depending on what kind of a job you get done on it, it could be, either anodizing or Cerakoting. Both of them are temporary. However, one will last longer than the other. And in this case, I got the Cerakote, which is probably going to last quite a long time before it wears out. The other thing is that you can get your knife redone in a different color, have different options on it. And these people, knife modders, they're experts at doing this. I mean, if you check out their website, they've got so many options for giving, getting your knife redone. You can choose from different colors, different styles. They can even alter the titanium in many ways. They've got a couple of that are, a couple of options where they could alter the actual titanium. You're just gonna have to take a look at their website, but it is stunning work. And so for this one, I just wanted to get a Cerakoted finish done on it, and I thought they did a really great job. I was looking a really long time. I'm talking a really long time to find some people that still did this, because if you go on Instagram, there's not very many people that do this work anymore. And these two guys, I gotta be honest with you, I think these two guys, Richie Barberi and his wife Lindy, they're the only two that are still doing it, where they do it and they do the full service. What I mean by full service, there are other companies out there that do Cerakote. For example, if you go online and you check out a company called Blown Deadline, they will Cerakote your knife also, but they don't do the full service, in a sense that if you're going to get your knife Cerakoted by them, you have to take your entire knife apart, put it in a bag, send it to them. They're just going to Cerakote the parts. I don't think you're even going to have to send them the screws. They're just going to Cerakote the two titanium pieces and then send them back to you, and it's up to you to put it back together. Well, that's not the service that I wanted. I actually wanted a full service where they do everything. You know, they take it apart, they clean it, they do whatever they have to do to it, then they Cerakote the job, put the knife back together, then they fine tune it. All that service, there's value in that for customers like myself and others that are not knife people, or that are not, you know, we're not into like taking our knives apart. And these guys cater to that, and I think that that's a big, big plus, because there's still a lot of us out there that don't want to take our knives apart. So, you know, hats off to those two for doing the full service. And, you know, I'm real happy with the job that I had done. You know, I just really kind of hope that they're going to be around for quite a long time, because I want to get a couple more done. It's kind of hard to do this video where you don't really get a chance to see what they do, because they do really, really excellent work on, you know, just this aspect of this hobby, where they take the knife and then they redo it. They just did such a flawless job. I don't think I've ever seen a mod job done quite so well. They, you know, they Cerakoted the screws and the pocket clip here. I love the look. I really do. That bronze and black combination looks fantastic. I love that they left the silver on the lanyard, the lanyard here, because it kind of makes sense to have that with the thumb stud. So that was a really smart choice. I didn't say blacken it, but they just didn't blacken it, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because you want some certain things to be, you know, have that sort of continuity in the knife, you know. So I thought that that was great. They also fine-tuned it so that it's a lot smoother than it was when I first got it. As you guys can see, it's perfectly centered. When I sent it to them, it was pretty centered, but not as centered as it is now. In fact, the blade was kind of pushing more towards that way. That's the way I got it from Chris Reeve Knives, and they fixed that. So I'm real happy. Like I said, this is the second job that I had done on this knife. Not by these people, but I had another guy do the do anodizing on it. And you can check out the before and after at Knife Modders on their Instagram. On their Instagram page, just go to Knife Modders and you'll see my Umnumzaan, the way it looked before and after. Which brings me to another point. I want to talk about my overexuberance this week with my hobby. I was so excited to get this back, and I'm gonna, you know, verbally apologize to two people on my YouTube channel right now. I want to apologize to Troy at you know, who's the guy that did the anodizing job. Knife Modders put my knife up on their Instagram page, and they showed the before and the after. And let me just put this down for a second. And they showed the before and after, and someone made a comment like, you know, I like the before, and I was dumb enough to say, well, it looks like a horror show. In other words, the way the knife looked before, it didn't look so great. And Troy, the guy that did the job, he just made one comment and went, ouch. And it was like I insulted his work, but not, I didn't insult his work intentionally. I insulted it, you know, kind of like over exuberance for the way the knife looks now. But what I wanted to tell people was that the way that the knife looked before, which was 6 years ago, the anodizing job you did on it was fantastic. It's just that over time, the anodized job will go away and the color starts to fade. And of course, he wasn't doing anodizing anymore, so I went to Knife Modders and had them do it. So to Troy, the gentleman that did the anodizing 6 years ago, I want to apologize to him. I also want to apologize to Richie Barberi, I believe that's how you say his name. I got a little snippy with him because he was working on my knife, and I asked him, is it done yet? Is it done yet? And he goes, and I hadn't paid him yet. And he said, dude, do you have the money? And because you keep asking me about this night, but you haven't paid me yet. And I was like, oh man, I apologize, I'm sorry. So I got a little snippy with him there, so I wanted to apologize for him publicly on this video for giving him an attitude. But this hobby will get to you after a while if you're over exuberant about this hobby. Things like that will happen, and I kind of hope he'll forgive me for my attitude. So Rich, if you're out there, and I hope you're going to be watching my video, I do apologize both to you and your wife for my snippy attitude, and I hope we can do business again in the future. Anyway, I originally planned on showing you guys 2 mod jobs that they did for me. The other one was my Sabenza 25, and he did a super job on that one. It was like Rebel Red, almost it was like bright red with the black micarta inlays showing. It looked fantastic, but I looked at the knife and I saw it, and I kind of it wasn't even his fault, it was my fault. I chose the wrong color choice, and I was unhappy with it, and I told him, would you mind redoing the knife in a different color? And I chose Northern Lights. Now, I don't know what the knife's going to look like when I come back, because I don't even know what Northern Lights looks like. But I told Richie, I'm gonna I trust him, because he said Northern Lights looks awesome. I'm gonna take his word that it looks awesome, and if I'm not happy with that job when it comes back, it's my fault. Because I took the risk, but I got a funny feeling that when I get the knife back, I'm going to be really happy with it. I was just kind of unhappy with my color choice of red, because it was a really bright red, and it just didn't feel right to me, because while I like red, I didn't like that bright apple colored red color on it. But this one is just stunning the way it looks, with the with the with the bronze and the black on it. About the service with these guys, they work pretty quickly, considering how many orders they take. I don't know how many orders they take, but you're gonna have to realize that if you're gonna get a mod job done, it's gonna be awesome. But you're gonna have to give these guys time, okay? Because these people work so hard to give you excellence that if you're not willing to wait, you're making a really big mistake. Because there really is no one else doing this kind of work anymore. So I would like to suggest to everybody out there that's going to get a mod job and you want to reach out to these guys, I mean, seriously, cut them some slack, because it's just the 2 of them doing this. And when I mean that they do like the amount of services that they do, they do a lot of things to it. They don't just color the knife. They don't just like, for example, they don't just alter the aesthetic of your knife. They fine tune the knife. They make sure that the knife comes back in better condition than when you got it. That all takes time to do, and if you're not willing to wait for that, for them to do their job, you're just gonna piss them off. And these people deserve all the time in the world when it comes to working on their knives. I gotta highly respect these 2, because I don't know how the hell they do it. I don't know how many orders they take, but the stress level must be way up there. So I gotta, I'm thinking, if knife makers go through hell, can you imagine what these guys go through? With people not thinking correctly. I don't know what the general public thinks about what they do, but it's more than just changing the aesthetics of your knife. I mean, just because they don't make knives doesn't mean that they don't they don't have a lot of things to do when they're working on your knife. Plus, they have to deal with the stress of, well, what if we send it back to them and they don't like the job that was done? They have to actually make sure that does not happen. They want to give you 100% satisfaction, and in my case, they overdid the satisfaction on this. I am very, very happy, so happy that I really hope that they will work with me again. So, you know, but yeah, I don't know of any, if you're looking to get, if you can't afford, if you're a knife hobbyist like me and you love to, you delve into this hobby and you love knives and you have a problem with purchasing knives. In other words, you've got mounting credit card debt and, just, the hobby just costs too much. You think about getting one of your old knives redone. These guys will satisfy it. Because, I've been carrying this thing for like 4 days now since I got it back, and it feels like a brand new knife to me. I love the job that they did on it. I really do. It is flawless. So you can tell the experience these people have just by looking at this knife. How well they did it. And it's, the little things like they fine-tuned the knife for me. Because I don't really take my knives apart. I'm not very mechanically inclined that way, so they even took care of that for me as well. They just did a super, super, super job. And I really wanted to just make this video to commend their work. And I really can't wait to get my other one back. But you know what? I'm not even going to bother him while he's working on it, because he hasn't even gotten it yet. But I'm assuming it's probably going to be at least 10 weeks before I see that knife. And I'm just fine with that. I want to be surprised. So, yeah, so that's all I wanted to say regarding knife modders. Check them out on Instagram, knife modders. They do a really fantastic job with what they do. I think they also, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they make knives. I think they make knives. I don't know. I have to, check out. But every once in a while, they'll make a knife and they'll put it up for auction, see if anybody wants to buy it from them. And I think that's correct. I don't know. Gonna want to check out their website. But I've been chatting up with them. But it looks like they're delving into. I'm guessing that they're delving into knife making a little bit. If they are, I'd be really excited to see what they do. Because it seems to me that that knife modding is sort of like a transitional thing. With people that get into it and do it professionally like these guys do. It seems like it's a transitional step to making knives, because everybody that does it has disappeared. And they no longer do this type of work anymore, and that's sort of a shame, but because it's still very well needed. But so far, these guys haven't gone away. I think they've been doing it for, I'm gonna guess, about 7 years. Because they're going to see this video, and if I get any of the information wrong, I hope they'll give me the information to, extend to their customers how long they've been on. They used to have a YouTube channel, and because of time constraints and obviously their business and wanting to keep their customers satisfied, they stopped doing the YouTube channel, which is actually a hell of a lot better than what I'm doing. Those guys, his wife did the YouTube channel. She was really, really good. And if you check out their YouTube channel, you can actually see all the work that she does and that he does. His wife actually does most of the on-camera stuff on their YouTube channel. And she also does a lot of the knife modding herself. I've never spoken with her on Instagram. I would love to say hello to her, and as I have with Richie, just to kind of get to know the both of them, as business people. I think what they do is just absolutely fantastic, and it's kind of cool that they're a husband and wife team. They get to share the stress of the business. They're two young people with a lot of experience doing this type of work, and you know, I don't know, man. Hats off to the both of them. I will say this: I do hope that, you know, if they are making knives, and I really would love to see, you know, what they make. And if they're not making knives, I'm kind of glad, because maybe they're just going to be continue to keep doing this for people like myself that would love to have more knives modded, and have work like this done to it, because I am just blown the hell away. And to their credit, it wasn't really that long of a wait. I think I waited about 3 weeks for this, and it's flawless. It's flawless. So, Knife Modders, check them out on Instagram. These guys do a great job. That's all there is for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have fantastic and wonderful Labor Day. I'm going to be back next time with the new Sabenza 25 that I had modded from these guys, and I really can't wait to see what that looks like. So I'll be doing a quick video on that, a little show and tell, which is what this video was, just a quick show and tell of my Umnumzaan done in all black, black accents and bronze. Just absolutely beautiful work. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have fantastic and wonderful Labor Day.